Excited to chat about that. Let's go. Let's go. It is day 29 of 30 days of going live, helping you better understand why your teenager won't talk to you. And when you understand why your teenager won't talk to you, doesn't want to talk to you, isolating in their room, being disrespectful, talking back, rolling their eyes, all of these things, they're all summed up into this little package of why your teenager won't talk to you. I'm giving you a bunch of gifts, right? You got to be willing to take the gifts, listen to the why first. And when you understand why, it's more doable, more natural to understand the how to do it a little bit different. In the how, I teach you in the workshop that I do every once in a while. I'm not doing it till June 1st. And if you're in this place where you're like, I gotta get started before this workshop, I've got a DIY course that you can get a jump start on as well. So comment after this DIY if you want that course link. And the workshop is linked in my bio. But on day 29 of 30 days of talking about why your teenager won't talk to you, I want you to think about fear. Your fear, your future fear exhibited in how you mother may be a reason why your teenager won't talk to you. Like I said, in this 30-day series, I'm sharing all these micro details of why your teenager may not be talking to you. You may have one of them, you may have all 30 of them, you may have 15 of them. The important thing is to listen, to better understand, get that aha moment. Oh, okay. And then maybe you already know. And maybe you're like, oh, I know, I'm being too fearful. I know I shouldn't. Okay, are you ready now to do it different? Are you ready to parent from a different place outside of fear? And I get it that there's this low level of concern. My hope is that you have loving concern for your teenager and not fear. I know there's a lot of things to be afraid of in this world. This is a nervous system practice. This is something that we actually practice inside of the trusted method that I teach as well, is regulating your nervous system, understanding these things of how to do things different, then going forward and actually doing it different is a practice of nervous system and mindset work and learning tools and practicing these tools. So, as you think about the future, have you ever had someone tell your teenager something small and within 30 seconds, your brain went all the way into the future? When you had to tell your teen something small, that's what I meant. Have you ever had to tell your teenager something and your brain went into the future? Maybe in the future they fail a class and suddenly you're worried about college and them being potentially homeless on the street. Maybe they're quitting a sport and suddenly you're worried they're never going to stick with anything and you want them to see it through. Maybe they pull away socially, isolating in their room, not hanging out with friends, and now you're imagining them struggling with their mental health forever. Has that ever happened? If that's happened, tell me what that's happened with, and we'll take that as a springboard off. Your teenager is talking about today, but your nervous system is reacting to a future that hasn't happened, may not happen. You worrying about it isn't actually going to make it any better. And it is a practice to retrain yourself to not be so worried about it. Because if this is happening, maybe it's just in your response. Yesterday, we talked about your facial expressions. Maybe it's just in your response, and maybe, or your physical response, right? Your facial expressions. And maybe it is in the words that you're saying. And that is where it's important to check yourself, because if you're doing these things and you're feeling that fear, they're not going to want to talk to you because they don't want to fear their future. They would prefer not to. And yes, it is beneficial to talk through ramifications and repercussions and all of the things that go along with the decisions that are made. But you don't want to teach them to make decisions out of fear. And you don't want to parent out of fear. So think of a movie trailer, right? Is there a movie coming up that you're excited about? Maybe you've seen the trailer. It's like you give your teen a 5-second movie clip. You're giving them a movie trailer, and your brain immediately creates a full-length disaster film, right? They've got this little 5-second thing happening. You've got the disaster film. And I think a lot of parents think, well, I need to help them to see this bigger picture. And yes, it is important to see the bigger picture through the curious questions that you ask, helping them to come to the conclusion and not you telling them, well, if you do this, then you'll fall. I was thinking about this I've thought about this a bunch of different times as I've observed some parents and teenagers over the years. I remember years ago, we were somewhere with another family, and there was like a wall, like we'll just call it like a gardening wall, 5 feet off the ground. And the teenager was walking across the gardening wall, and the mom was like, "Get down from there, you're gonna fall." This is an example of parenting out of fear. If you are, first of all, it's like a 5 feet wall, like maybe they could have fallen and scraped their knee. It's possible they could have broken their arm. But in all reality, there wasn't going to be anything detrimental from walking on this retaining wall. I'm saying 5 feet off. It was probably like 2 feet off the ground. It wasn't that far off the ground. But just saying, don't do that, you'll fall, you can certainly instruct them or guide them or help them to see what could happen. But by saying you'll fall, that's like 100% definite. It sometimes is just the tweaking of your language. And that's why I have to say this, not that pocket guide. Tweaking of the language. Instead, say, I'd like you to get down. I don't want you to fall. You could even say, I'm concerned you're going to fall. But when you say you're going to fall, that's actually not true. It's a fear. And so it's important to look inside yourself to identify what is it? How can I adjust my language so that I can earn my teenager's trust? So going back to this movie trailer analogy, you go into the full-length disaster film, one comment, one bad grade, one mistake, and suddenly your mind is showing previews for failure and danger and heartbreak and worst case scenarios. Meanwhile, your teen was just trying to tell you about their day, but they don't want to tell you about their day anymore because you keep going into these worst case scenarios of fear. And they're like, well, dang, I don't want to talk to my mom anymore when that's happening. I remember a mom telling me a while back, she said, one of my teens was telling me they didn't think they wanted to keep doing an activity anymore. I've actually heard this quite a bit. And outwardly, it seems like a small conversation, but internally, moms go. This is what she said. I went fast forward. What if they quit everything? What if they never learn resilience? What if I'm raising someone who gives up? And because I was reacting to all of those future fears, this mom said, my response got heavy. She started reflecting and recognizing what my teen needed in the moment was curiosity. But what they felt from me was pressure. I'm telling you guys, there's pressure already. A teenager already feels pressure from themselves, pressure from society and expectations, pressure from friends, pressure from school. They don't need pressure from you. How can you adjust your method so that they feel less pressure? This is what I help you with in the trusted method. Analyzing your method. In fact, this morning, so I've had a hectic couple of days because I actually have family in town, but we got in from the airport after midnight, 1 o'clock. They're all still sleeping. I got up and I was like, well, I'm going to do my live of the day. I got to go make breakfast here in a second, but chocolate chip cookie dough pancakes is what my daughter requested. I got 48 hours with all of my kids under my roof again, which is so exciting. But oh, I had this story. What was the story I was going to tell? Pressure. Thinking about pressure. The kids are feeling the pressure from everywhere. You don't want them to feel the pressure from you. And the way to not feel the pressure is with the curious question. So when you're ready to learn how to develop this trusted method, come talk to me. I'm telling you the why. I'm going to tell you the how. This is what I was going to tell you. Within the Trusted Method program that I have, we have a community of moms, which I've heard, interestingly enough, most people who are trying to decide if they want to join the Trusted Method community, they're like, I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want. I just want one-on-one. I just want you coaching me. I don't care about making friends. I don't care about the community. I feel like this is actually one of the biggest holdups for people joining the community is that they're not sure they want to be invulnerable in front of strangers. And I get it. So my goal is really to strive to help paint the picture of what it's like. One example is this morning, well, the past couple of days, we have a group chat. We have a private app where you can one-on-one message me, tell me what's going on, and I give you response within 24 hours. And then we have a group chat where everyone's chattering, which I love so much. It's like my my little chicks, right? I'm like, oh, I love that they're supporting each other because the past couple of days I have been out of it. And I have two assistant coaches who are running the group chat as well. And so I've seen this chatter going on and I knew that I had a lot to catch up with. And I was like, I've just been with my daughter. There've been a lot of behind the scenes things happening. I've just been supporting my kids the last couple of days. And so this morning when I woke up earlier than I would have liked to after a late night. I was trying to catch up on that group chat. And I just said, I love that you guys are in here supporting each other. I love that you are validating each other. I love that you are seeing each other. It makes my heart so happy. And like I said, I've been trying to catch up and I've been sharing. I share a lot of my own personal experiences, what's happening now, what's happened in the past about my kids, because it's a private space where I can share more openly and saying, listen, we're all one day at a time. I am continuously working on up-leveling myself and up-leveling my mothering. And here's a challenge that has happened with my adult child, and this is how I'm tackling it. And my feelings still get hurt. And at the same time, I'm the mom, and I am meant to lead emotionally. And even when my feelings get hurt, I'm allowed to get my feelings hurt. And even when they do get hurt, I'm up-leveling myself. I'm continuously working on becoming trusted and staying trusted to my adult children, to their spouses, to their girlfriends and boyfriends. I have 2 kids, one with a girlfriend and one with a boyfriend. All of these relationships I am continuously working on because I want to be trusted. This is what I share with you in the trusted method. So, pressure. Think about how you may be pressuring your teenager. That is an element of why they might not want to talk when you are spiraling into fear-based parenting. This is what I teach moms to do all the time. Your teen brings you a moment, a feeling, a struggle, and instead of staying in the moment, you react to what you're afraid it could become. I don't want you to do that anymore. Fear makes you parent the future instead of the moment. Your teen needs presence more than predictions. Most overreactions are future based. Don't parent out of the future. It's okay for them to have played a sport for 10 years and be burned out and want to do something different. It's okay to support that. And it's okay to say, you know what, I'd like you to see it through the end of the school year and then let's reassess. In all cases, you want to brainstorm with your child. You don't want to tell them what to do. You don't want to force them into anything. And you don't want to have them fast forward and potential fear into the future. So if what you're doing is fear-based, that may be a reason why they don't want to talk to you. Hello. When your teen feels like every small thing becomes a lecture, a life lesson, a future concern, they stop bringing small things. And then one day you realize they stop bringing you the big things too. And I don't want that for you. I want you to become trusted. I want you to stay trusted. This is day 29 of 30 days, helping you see why your teenager may not be talking to you. And I'm inviting you to step into the trusted method where I teach you how to change your patterns, because it's not your teenager's fault. I know sometimes it feels easier to blame it on a disrespectful teenager. And I want you to know it's not your fault either. You are an intentional mom. You are a wonderful mom. And I want you to know that it's the pattern that you're stuck in. When you recognize the patterns that you're stuck in, you can fix those patterns. I'm here to help you fix those patterns. You don't have to do this alone. I teach a workshop. I'm teaching the next one June 1st, so it's a few weeks away. And if in the meantime you feel like you need more support, send me a message. We can set up a clarity call. I can get you started with a DIY course that I have. And even for those moms who are like, I'm actually in a pretty good place with my teenager, I just need some extra support, I got something else for you there. So send me a message and we'll figure it out. Do you respond to what's happening, or what you fear could happen? I want you to think of this single shift from fearfully fast forwarding to staying grounded into what is actually happening. This is what I teach and support you with. All right, day 29 done. Last day is day 30, Mother's Day. I actually had 3 different days in the past 30 days that I skipped because life got too crazy. But tomorrow's the last day. My goal is to do the last one tomorrow on the last day. And if you want to gift yourself for Mother's Day, gift yourself becoming trusted. Send me a message and I'll tell you how. Because the best Mother's Day gift is having your teenagers trust in a long-term relationship. So don't sleep on that gift for yourself.